This
that part
conference
what we
will
are going
now
to
be recorded.
see here. Okay. So actually we are going to learn for the role of Azure Data Engineer. Azure Data Engineer. So in this training, primarily we are going to learn some of the resources in that our Azure stack list. So especially the Azure Data Factory. First we will know that one, what are the resources we are going to learn it, and then slowly I'll come into that our actual role, the data engineer, what they are going to do, and what we are going to topic wise, what we are going to learn it. Everything we will discuss one by one. So the topic wise, the high level content. First content is that Azure Data Factory we are going to learn it, and Azure Databricks we are going to learn it, Azure Synapse Analytics. So all these three primarily resources we are going to learn it in this training. But if you are want to work with the Databricks, if you want to work with that Databricks now, actually Databricks is a cloud-based transformation technology, that Spark-based technology. This is the one we are going to use it for the transformation purpose. That means that big data processing purpose we are going to use it. I hope you have guys heard about that Hadoop big data. Earlier that Hadoop was used to process that big data. But nowadays, the Databricks are using. Databricks is a technology. In the Databricks, the language actually we want to use it. The language actually we are going to use that one PySpark, because the Databricks will support multiple languages: PySpark, Scala, R. So this type of languages actually, so the Databricks supporting, we are going to learn it using the PySpark. So primarily we are going to use this one. Maximum companies they are using the PySpark only. So we are also going to
So
learn that PySpark.
PySpark and Python as well refers, right? Like
Just
Python as well
listen.
should be used for the same.
Everything I will explain. So if anything miss in the end of the time, now just you can clarify that one. Okay. I'll go slowly, step by step, whatever you want to. So learn it. So what are the dependencies are there? Everything I will cover it. Suppose if you feel anything missed now, that time you can clarify that one. Okay. Fine. Now, the PySpark actually, it is a primary languages. Here we are going to learn and we are going to use it while we are learning the database. But if you want to work with the PySpark means, you should have that knowledge about that Python. So we are going to learn that Python also. So Python, we are going to learn it. So after the Python, we are going to use that PySpark in that our database. So we are going to learn that part, the Python, whatever we need for understanding the PySpark. So that much level we are going to learn it. So the beginning of that our Databricks training, first we are going to starting with the Python. Then we are going to use the Databricks using the PySpark language. This is what we are going to learn. So here, these are the primary resources: the Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Azure Synapse Analytics. So Data Factory for the ETL purpose, Databricks for the transformation, big data processing purpose, and Azure Synapse Analytics. This is the one we can use it for that our analysis purpose and then our data warehousing purpose. If you are working as a data engineer now, most probably you will work with this one of these technologies altogether. It depends upon that your role and your project responsibilities. But we are going to learn all these three. Apart from these three, some record resources are there, especially the storages. The storage is actually, we are going to learn what is the blob storage. What is the Azure Data Lake storage? What is Azure Data Lake storage? Azure SQL database. Azure SQL database. So these are the storages and database we are going to use it while we are working, while we are learning this training period. And for the credential management purpose, actually we should not use that as a data developer. We should not use that any key details or credential details as a hard code values. So we have to keep somewhere in the secure way. For the credential management purpose, here we are having that one resource is called Azure Key Vault. Azure Key Vault. And one more is there Logic Apps, Azure Logic Apps. The Logic Apps, we are going to use it for that mail sending purpose. Send mail. Alert mails we can send it. So how we can send that alert mail? Because when you are developing the pipeline is successfully completed. Now you have to send that mail. Suppose if any exception happen, I have to send that alert mail. So you want to intimate to that your team through the email. So that email we can send it using the Logic app. So these are the resources. Here we are going to use it. Apart from this one, when we are using this our data factory, because the data factory is that our primary tool for that our data ingestion purpose. So the data ingestion, if you are going to do that one, the data ingestion, so how we are going to do that one? So the data, you are going to have it in the different sources. That different sources, it may be that your one of the Azure accounts, or it may be that your AWS account, or it may be that your on-premises account. Your source data, it may be that Snowflake. Your source data may be that REST API, or your data you may store it into that Cosmos DB, Cosmos DB. Suppose if one of this resource, if you are using as a source or target, how we can interact? Because we are using that Azure. We are using that Azure. From the Azure, how we can interact with that AWS? From the Azure, how we can interact with that our on-premises, Snowflake, REST API, Cosmos DB, all these things actually we are going to learn it. Because in the real-time environment, your business data, so you may have it in one of these resources, one of these storages, different cloud it may be there. So all these things we are going to learn it. And finally, we are going to learn that one, that DevOps concept, CI/CD. CI/CD. This is the one we are going to use it for the deployment purpose. The deployment purpose, actually, we are going to learn it. So this is a DevOps concept. So this is one also. We are going to learn it, how we can deploy that our pipeline from that one environment to another environment, usually in the development environment, testing environment, and production environment, like that. So three environments will be there. The cost saving purpose, some of the companies, some of the projects, actually they are keeping only the development and the production environment. The development, same development, they are using like a testing also. So that one environment to another environment, once that testing is successfully completed, now you have to move that your pipeline. So that is called the deployment. The deployment, how here we are going to do that one, using a CI/CD concept. Actually, we are going to deploy it. That is one also we are going to learn it finally. So all these things actually we are going to learn it while our training period. And here everything it is going to be that live scenario basis only we are going to discuss. So all the topics actually. So This is the one. So the from the cloud computing introduction. So what is the cloud computing and what is the SQL Server, Azure SQL Server? What is the Azure SQL configuration? How we can do it and Azure SQL Elastic Pools. That Azure SQL based concept first we will learn it. Then we will get into that our data factory. So why the data factory need? Because to process that big data. Then what is the big data? How the big data is generating? Because the data migration we need to handle that big data, then big data is how generating. So that is the one we are going to discuss. Then the data factory. So the data factory components, the main components, it's called the building blocks, or we can say components. So different types of components are there. Each one what it is, why it is, how you can use it. This is one we are going to discuss. Then IR, one of the major components, the integration runtime. What is this integration runtime and Azure storage purpose? The storages, we have seen it, right? That blob storage and data lake storage. The storages, how the storages are used, how the storage is going to be created. Then we are going to see how to create the pipeline. So how we can copy that because the real-time environment, mostly we will copy the data. If it is file, na multiple files, we will store it. If it is database, na multiple tables, we will store it. So the file formats may be the JSON, maybe the CSV, maybe the Parquet files. This type of files frequently using, right? So all these things, everything. So the live scenario basis, we are going to discuss how you will use it if it is one of the requirement in that our project development. So the requirement basis only we are going to discuss everything. So that scenarios, everything, so available here. Then once we completed this data factory components activities levels now, in the data factory we are having that one feature is called data flow. The data flow, the data flow especially going to be used for the transformation purpose. Without writing the code, data factory totally codeless technology. Okay, so that data flow concepts. So then we are going to learn that Python and Databricks using PySpark. So first it will be that, so the Python session. So 6 classes will be the Python session. Then let's get into that one, data factory. So the data factory transformation features, so everything will be there. How you can deal the data with that different file formats using the data bricks, how you are going to do the transformations. Then Synapse. So what is the Synapse? What is the serverless pool? What is the dedicated pool? What is this Apache Spark in the in the Synapse environment? What is the SQL pool in the Synapse environment? What is the external table concept? What is the pipeline? What is the data? What is the integrate? A lot of things are available. So all the things actually we are going to discuss. So these all things actually we are going to discuss very detailedly with the hands-on. Everything it will be the hands-on wise. All the scenarios it will be in the hands-on, live hands-on. And if you want to complete all these things, now the duration actually, so we should have that one. So around 60 hours, around 60 hours. So, okay. So here, the 60 hours, around 60 hours means it will take so near to 3 months actually it will take it. Okay, fine. This is what we are going to learn it. Now you can ask anything. So regarding that learning, what we are going to cover. If you have any queries, now you can ask. Otherwise, I will go to the next one.
Sir, can you please just help with the detail on the data bricks, like in the data bricks, what all things we are going to cover?
The data bricks, so all the transformation purpose we are going to so learn it. So that all the functions, so whatever the functions, for example, so if you want to add that one, so data bricks columns, if you want to add it, if you want to modify it, if you want to delete the columns, if you want to analyze the column by applying the logics like a group by functions. So that type of transformations actually, so we are going to learn it and the how we can use that Spark SQL. So here inside of that our Databricks environment. So before that one, we will create the cluster. What is the cluster? Why the cluster we need? How to create the cluster? What is the use of the nodes in the cluster? So that configuration details, we will create that one. So cluster once you created now, how you can use that one notebook, the notebook, how you are going to attach with that your cluster, why it is. All these things we are going to discuss. Databricks variables, we are going to use it. Widgets concept, we are going to use it. Databricks notebook parameters, how we can pass the parameters from one parameter, one notebook to another notebook, and how we can create that our Databricks database, and how we can create the table in the Databricks database. These all are the database related, and files. If you are having the files, usually we will have it in that our Azure blob storage or the data lake storage. Suppose if you're having usually in all the projects for all the files, we will keep it in that our blob storage or data lake storage. So if it is available in that our storage account, how we can mount. So from that our data bricks to that our blob storage or data lake storage or Azure SQL DB. So once you mount now, that configuration so will be implemented. The configuration is implemented now. You can read the data files from that storage environment. The files, if you are going to have it now, the files actually, so it may be that your CSV file, or maybe the XML file, or maybe the JSON file, or maybe that Parquet type files. So all these type files, how we can read it from that environment. After reading that data, how we can create the data frame. In the data frame, how we are going to store it. After storing the data into the data frame, what we are going to do, that transformation perspective, the analysis perspective, how we are going to do that one, how to use that our transformation functions. So the transformation functions, we are going to use that one. So how to add the column, how to remove the column, how to modify the column, how to apply the logics. So applying that our functions, like our aggregate functions, some average, group by. So those type of functions, actually how we are going to use it. So this is the things we are going to do it here, and that different types of file formats, how we can read it, XML, JSON, and joins, how we can use it between the tables. Actually, here we don't have the tables now. SQL we are going to use it if we are having the tables now. But the Excel data, sorry, XML data, or the JSON data, or that your CSV data, or that your Parquet data, if you are going to read it now, that data we have to keep it in that our data frame object. The data frame object, multiple data frame object, if you are having now, how we can do the joining with that our data frame, one frame to another frame. So how we can use that joining with the one table to another table. So suppose if you want to use the SQL on that your data frame data now, then how we can, because directly we cannot use the SQL on the data frame. But SQL, if you want to use it now, how we can use it? So then we have to convert into that our view, so that how we can view that data frame to the view. So those things actually we are going to learn it. So the storage integration, this is the one mount configuration related. The mount configuration related. So Azure Data bricks to SQL database, Azure SQL database, how to configure it. That means mount configuration. Then how to read the data from that our SQL database, or how to write the data to that our Azure SQL database from that our data bricks. Because the final data, after doing that all the transformation, so the final data, whatever you are going to have it, all the data, if you want to move it into that your Azure SQL database, if it is that your final target environment now, then both are different resources. So that configuration also we are going to see. And SCD types one concept. So how to use that SCD type one concept here in that our Databricks using the PySpark. Then our UDF function, we are going to use it, the user defined function. So you can create that your user defined function. That user defined function, so you can use it as one of the member in that your PySpark. How you can make it. So in that Azure Spark SQL, so you can make that your custom function. So that UDF function, how to use it. Then how to integrate that your data factory with that your Databricks. From the data factory, how to run that your Databricks notebook. So that is the one we are going to use it. Then the discussion, interrelated discussion. This is all we are going to discuss. The cluster level, the beginning cluster level. And scheduling concept, the power data factory itself, we will see that one. How to schedule that your Databricks. If you are calling into that your pipeline, so how you are going to schedule it. So that scheduling concept, the power, data factory itself, we will see that one. So all these things we are going to discuss.
Yeah, got
Clear?
it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, fine. So any other doubts on the regarding that content wise?
Not from my end.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just want to understand that once we're done with the understanding of all those things, like, are we going to
Sorry,
create any?
Sachin, I'm not able to understand what you're speaking. Can you come again?
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you're
Hello?
audible, but some noises were from your end. Yeah.
Yes. So I was saying, are we going to create one end-to-end project, sample project, or any small project, each
Yeah,
component?
here, everything we are going to learn it in that live scenario basis only. We are going to so learn it. So that end of the time, once you integrate that all the features, now the final one project will be there. That project, how to develop it, that instruction I will give it, but you guys have to do it from your end because that our regular session, all the scenarios we will learn it as a separate topic. So that scenario requirement, live requirement, I will tell you. So that learning what we have done it. So using that knowledge, you can develop that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I will guide that one. Yes. Okay. So shall we go to the next one?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. See, since you guys working as a database developer, so you know that one, the database, what purpose we are using, right? So
Yeah,
here,
correct.
the every business usually we are having storage. The storage, it may be that SQL database, or the storage may be that here file format storage. For example, CSV files or Excel files, JSON file, like that. But one business, we may have with multiple storages. One application, they may use that one SQL Server application. Another application, they may use that one Oracle. Another application, they may use that one only that file format storages. So different file format, different data storages, they may use it. And also even if they're using that one database on the database, the whole data, they will not keep it long time here in the database itself. Usually for all the business data, weekly wise or 15 days once or monthly once or 6 months once, it depends upon the business volume. They will move the data into that one final environment, the target environment. That target environment usually it is called data warehouse. The data warehouse. Here they will have the tables based on the business data. The tables it will be there. Okay. So here the data from where they are going to get it now from their business source. The regular business data where it is coming, the regular business data it may coming into that your database or file format, right? Flattened files. So this data, as a data engineer, what we have to do it now, we have to move it into that your target environment. The target environment, it will be different types of environment. Final storage environment, it will be that for data warehouse environment. So here, to move the data from your sources to the target environment, we need that technology. That technology is called ETL technology. ETL na extract, transformation, and load. Extract, transformation, and load. ETL technology. Actually, ETL technology, what it will do it now, it will connect with that your sources. The sources, it may be different types of sources. It will connect with that your sources and get the data, and you can do that business related logical changes. That changes is called transformation. That changes is called transformation. After doing the transformation, the data, it will be loaded into that your target environment. It will be loaded into that your target environment. Fine. So here, this is called extract. Here you will do the transformations, then loading into that your target. So this is the ETL. For this ETL purpose, we need that ETL technologies, right? That I hope you guys heard about the SSIS, right?
Yes.
SSIS,
Yeah.
Informatica. Have you heard about Informatica?
Yes.
Data stage. So like this, we are having different types of ETL tools. But most of these technologies available for the on-premises environment. Nowadays, the Informatica, they launched for the cloud also, they launched, but having some limitations. Here, Microsoft, they introduced that ETL, which is going to be support for that our on-premises cloud environment, for both the environments. That ETL tool is nothing but is called ADF. ADF Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory. The Azure Data Factory. So nowadays we are using for that data ingestion purpose. Data ingestion purpose. Data ingestion na moving data or migrating data from source to our target. The target may be that our Azure Blob Storage or that Azure Data Lake Storage or that our Azure Data Warehouse. It may be anything. It depends upon the business, and we are having some of the architecture. So that architecture we will discuss later, because here we are having that a Medallion architecture. Medallion architecture, we are going to have that one bronze layer, silver layer, gold layer. So that layers. So we are going to do that one, the business levels, the processing purpose. So to that layers, we are going to bring the data using one of this AD, ETL. That ETL is nothing but Azure Data Factory. After bringing the data, we are going to do that our data transformations, the business logics we are going to apply, the business logics if we are going to apply now. So for that one, we are going to use that one Databricks. Azure Databricks, we are going to use it. See, the Azure Databricks for the big data process. Big data process. So here we are having that distribution configuration. So that feature actually it will be helpful for the big data process. So quick performance, we can get it. So this transformation, everything, we are going to do it using the Azure Data Factory. So as a data engineer, we are going to work in this flow only. The transformation, understanding what is the meaning of the transformation. Actually, you guys working with the database developers now, you know that when you guys all are handling that RDBMS. So your data, it will be the proper structured data. But all our business data, we cannot say that one all the time it will come in the proper structure. For example, I'm getting that data like this. Imagine I'm getting the data like this. See here, I'm getting the data like this. Suppose if I'm getting the data like this, for example, I'm just imagine I'm having on student details. This is my business data, Siva, and he's looking for the training Azure Data Engineering. His contact number, something like this one, right? His contact number, his email ID, his location, Hyderabad, something like this. The data, it is like this. The data, it is like this. See, the data, if it is coming like this now, actually, this data is not the proper structured format data. Actually, it is in that our CSV format, comma separated value format. If data is available in this texture now, using this type of format data, I cannot do that any analysis. Usually that our analysis we need, business analysis in purpose. The analysis, how they are going to do that one. Now see here, all the business data, after doing that, all the transformation and cleaning, the final data it will come into this our data warehousing. From here, actually, what they are going to do that one now. So using this one, they are going to analyze that one. For the analysis purpose, actually, they are going to the analytical technologies like Power BI. Analytical technology like Power BI. Right. See here, using this Power BI, they are going to analyze their business. They're going to analyze the business. If they want to analyze the business now, the data, suppose if it is in this structure now, so this structure data, so we cannot use it for the analysis purpose. For the analysis, we need that clean structured format data, especially that our RDBMS table structure data we need it. If we want to get the data into that our structured format, how we can do it? Yes, we know that one. So if you are having the tables like this, if you're having the tables like this, so we can have that data. So the table, it will be there. So the column, it will be there like this, right? So if you splitting this data like this, Siva, we have to bring it first cell. Course name, we have to bring it in the second cell. So the contact number, the mail ID, the mail ID, city name. If I'm having the data like this, if I'm having the data like this, what I can do it, I can analyze this type format data. City wise, I want to filter the data. Yes, this column, using this column. Course wise, I want to filter the data. I can use it. Suppose country column available, country, using the country. So the data, whatever that analysis location basis, all the logical application, you want to take the count, you want to take that average of the inquiry of the particular course, everything you can do it. But the data, if it is in this texture, actually this one we cannot do it. As it is texture, whatever we are having here, as it is texture. So using this texture, we cannot do it anything. But if it is available in this texture, so we can use that one for the analysis purpose. The data from the source, if it is coming in this texture, then as a data engineer, we have to do this type of changes. This type of changes is called a transformation. See, not only this, lot of logics also we can write it. See, here I'm going to have that one table like this. Simple table I'm taking just for the easy understanding purpose. A student information I'm going to have it. A student name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. Like this we are having. This is going to be that my source. Imagine this is going to be that my source. So student name. subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. So here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have some student details. So I'm going to have some student details. So the student name. So and here subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. Like this, I'm having the data. Siva, right? Subject 3. Like this, I'm having the data. Now, my requirement is I want to move this data into that my target environment, like my data warehouse. While I'm moving, sorry, while I'm moving, what I want to do now, here in the target side, I need the total also. Total also, I need it, right? So here, the extra one column should be there when you're bringing the data. So total also you have to bring it. Student name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, total, right? But actual source, we don't have the total column. So when we are bringing the data from the source to target, we have to write the logic for the total. That logic, applying the logic is called a transformation. It's also transformation. Business logic you are going to apply using that your existing business data. That is one of the columns in the target side. That logic we are going to write it. Yes, it's our responsibility. That type of transformations, everything we are going to do it using this our what is that one? This Databricks. The transformation logics, everything we are going to write it using this our transformation. Migrating data without any doing that. Actually, the data, this data factory, the data factory, you can use it for that ETL purpose as well as ELT purpose. Extract transformation load, you can do it as well as extract load and transformation also you can do it. First, you can load the data into that your Azure Blob Storage or data lake storage. After loading the data, you can do the transformation. This is one of the scenario. Or else when you are getting the data from the source, so before loading, you have to do the transformation. Yes, that transformation also we can do it using that our data factory itself, we can do it. So some level transformation we can do it. So for the purpose here, we are having the data flow concept. That data flow, using the data flow, you can do the transformation. Then you can load the data into the your target. So this is called ETL. Using the data factory, you can do the ETL as well as ELT. So this type of transformations, data migrations, so all these things we are going to do it. This is the responsibility of data engineers. So we are going to work as a data engineer or Azure data engineer. If you are working as a data engineer or Azure data engineer, yes, you should know the data factory, Databricks, and Synapse. Here, whatever we have listed. So all the things you should know that one. This is what we are going to learn it. Fine. So for this purpose only, we are going to learning this training. Once you complete this training now, so that Azure data engineer, as Azure data engineer, if you are working for the 2 to 3 years, what knowledge you will get it. So that much knowledge actually you will get it. But important thing is you should do that proper hands-on. So you have to do the proper hands-on, so that extra references also I will guide you whatever you have to refer extra. So all the things you have to refer it. So once you do the hands-on properly now, surely I can assure you, so 2 to 3 years of working knowledge, you will get it. You can profile, you can update your resume, you can update like that one. So the 2+ years of experience in that our Azure data engineering role, you can so modify the profile like that. Then you can start to search the job as a data engineer, Azure data engineer. Okay. So this is about the roles about that our data engineers. So this is what we are going to learn it. That's all about that our demo. So that if you have any doubts and clarifications you need, now you can ask.
Okay. Uh, I don't have any doubt or question right now,
Mhm, mhm.
but I understood your
But
the
are you
demo
able to
what you have.
understand what we are going to do it?
Yeah. That I understood very well.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Sachin, do you have any question or anything?
No, no.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, if anything,
related to
nothing is there, no? And
related to batch and all, how many persons will be there in the one batch?
sorry,
How many members will be in one batch?
it's depends. Maximum 5, 6 people only will be there. Maximum, no, so it will be single digits counts only. So less than 10 only it will be there maximum. It depends about the confirmation students.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So if you have any
Yeah.
doubts and clarification, just to connect with the institute, so they will share with me. I'll give that any clarifications if you need. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Sure.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So regarding the
Thank you.
timing sessions, everything, so that you will get to the update from the institute. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank,
Bye.
thank you.
thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for nice session.
Bye.